In this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 pros and the 4 cons of in-person networking. If you don't know me already, I run a marketing agency. This is my second marketing agency. And primarily when I'm incubating and starting up my agency, I do it well with in-person networking. It is a great way to not only just get market feedback, but really help you understand the market, help you format your pitch, help you format what it is that you actually are providing. And it can be so useful for many different kinds of businesses. So let's get into it. So pro number 1 is in-person networking groups. When you attend these and you are building relationships with people, you can build extremely high trust. There's something with like a smile, a handshake, looking somebody in the eye. They know that you're not a scammer, that you're not just somebody who's, trying to steal money or take advantage of them, hack them in some sort of way. In 2025, the trust has never been lower for online. So you can absolutely cut through all of that noise just by showing up. Because if you show up, you can build high trust with your people you're networking with. And ideally, those people would be ideal clients or possible clients of yours, or maybe even referral clients of yours. So pro number 1 is high trust. Pro number 2, this is you break through the barriers. If you've ever tried cold calling, you likely have gotten a bunch of gatekeepers. If you've ever tried cold email, you likely have gotten to never get to the person. If you've ever done advertising, your ads could get ignored. If you've done billboard ads, if you've done TV ads, if you've done all kinds of marketing, I'm not saying those are not effective. Okay. Other marketing is absolutely effective, but what can break through with a limited amount of cost monetarily is you putting your time into building these relationships to actually go straight to the business owner. So if you're selling B2B, or if you're looking to build referral relationships and partnerships and strategic alliances with a local business community, you can break through the gatekeepers and go straight to the business owner. And that is a huge opportunity. When you compare it to a lot of things in marketing or in 2025, huge opportunity. Pro number 3, you can get instant feedback. Not only are you able to get your pitch right and get the way that you speak about your offer right, you can get instant feedback with the person's body language. How do they respond to your offer? When you're pitching the price, do they just jolt back, or they run away, or they're like, oh, that's not that bad? This is some feedback that is extremely valuable for your market research. So when you're building a business, or even if you have a new offer in your current business you have, just getting that instant feedback, whether you're going to get the sale or not get the sale, or getting the engagement out of when you pitch the offer, that is super valuable that you can't necessarily get with just running ads online or just running ads on Google. How can you get that feedback? You see results online, but yet you don't necessarily see the other person's face when you deliver the message. So that is extremely valuable when you're building your business. All right. Pro number 4, your word means something. And also, you can build a reputation that matters. So when you're attending these events and you consistently show up, people will notice you. It is one of those things that you show up and people will show up for you. You can begin to build a reputation for yourself, and you can begin to help people understand who you are, what you offer, so that your name matters in the community. Also, when you give someone your word and you do a handshake deal, that's like a contract. At least you can treat business and use business and do business with people who also have similar integrity as you do. And so if you're looking to not work with people who are not like honest and have integrity, you can avoid these people by allowing you to see who they are and them see who you are. And then your word actually matters at that point. So your reputation and your word through handshake deals actually matter. All right. While there's so many pros out there for in-person networking, there are a few cons, and I would be remiss to say that there aren't. So, con number one, it's just not as scalable. So, for example, no matter who you are, you could be Bill Gates, you could be Mark Zuckerberg, you could be Jeff Bezos, you could be Elon Musk, you could be who you are today. Me, I'm Jonathan. And my time is the same amount of time as everyone else. I have 24 hours in the day, and you watching this video have 24 hours in the day too. So you can only spend those hours in the day how it is it that you're going to spend it. So when you're spending 2 hours or 1 hour going to a networking event and attending and meeting other people, yes, it's extremely valuable, but also it's just not as scalable. So if you had 4 of these 2-hour events in a day, that's an entire 8-hour day. You don't get to scale that beyond because your time is being used. So yes, it's super good, but yet it's not as scalable. Also, you can't just create more time. Yes, you can go to events all day, all night, but there will be a limit, and you're limited and capped by the amount of time in your day. Number 2 con is the travel time and the event time. Sometimes, most events, they have a purpose and they have an agenda. You may have like 30 minutes of networking throughout an hour and a half event. Okay, well, that event time is being used. So make sure you're using it for something that you actually want to learn. Because yes, while you have networking time, not that entire time that you're spending there may be used for networking. Also, the travel time. You have to travel there and back. Maybe if you're going to the office or coming from your home, you have travel time. So 30 minutes to an hour, both ways, that starts to add up. And so, my recommendation for those who may be concerned about this is just, multitask, right? For example, for me, a little tip is while I'm traveling to an event, I always listen to like a podcast or some sort of educational content to really help grow my mind. I call it the car university. So you can absolutely learn a lot in your car traveling to events. So con, but yet you can make it a somewhat pro. Number 3, con. It's heavily relationship based. So what that means is sales don't necessarily happen instantly. But what does happen is you build a relationship. If you nurture that relationship over time, the person may actually end up doing business with you, or they may know people who would do business with you. So it's not a sales heavy activity. It's not like cold calling or going door knocking and just finding business. It is more of a relationships over time, long-term opportunities to build relationships that actually can lead to sales. But if you go in it with just a sales mentality, you sort of are like cutting yourself short, because you're never going to be able to just go to a networking event and pitch your offer and make a sale. Even with my offer, like I went to a networking event, first networking event, I got business from it, but it did not come from me just saying, buy my thing, this is what I do. It's by me spending time after the networking event, by helping and to educate my customer about what it is that they're missing and what it is that I could do to help them. So that's what I'd say. If you're going in with a sales mentality, it's likely not your thing. If you want to build relationships that actually scale, one relationship and one interaction at a time, networking events are a game changer. On number 4. So a lot of times, if you're in a high tech sort of industry, let's say you're in e-commerce, it just may not make sense for you to attend as many networking events. I mean, some networking events, as long as you're attending the right ones, it could definitely make sense. But a lot of times, the people who are attending networking events, they may not be as sophisticated in their business acumen, like investing back in their business or heavily investing in advertising. But maybe they are, right? You sort of don't know who's going to attend, but you can't necessarily go in with the idea that everyone there is going to do business the same way you do. Some people, they don't. Some people, they're making millions of dollars, but yet they don't spend any money on marketing. And all they do is build relationships and build opportunities that can actually lead to sales later on. Some people, so everyone has their own sort of agenda slash, strategic alliances that make sense for them to actually attend. So make sure when you are going to a networking event, you are actually doing the same, that you know what you're going there for. For me, my recommendation is go there with no expectations. Go there just to provide value. You want to be the guy that everyone can go to ask a question. Because if you're just providing so much value with the expertise that you already know, the amount of times that people would actually come back to you for that same thing is it's crazy, because opportunities and doors will open if you show people that you can actually help them. So yeah, those are the 4 pros and 4 cons for in-person networking that I see. Remember, I've grown a business, 2 businesses with just in-person networking. And in my experience, it has been game changer. And it allows me to generate cash flow, generate business, increase my case studies, increase my testimonials while I'm building a business from scratch, which then I can scale online. So if you are looking to scale your business online, that is what I do. I'm more than happy to hop on a call with you to talk about maybe opportunities that are open and available to you. However, if you just have questions, either about in-person networking or marketing as a whole and how to grow your business, just drop a comment down below. I'm more than happy to help you. And I'll create another video on, opportunities that can actually help you. So we really appreciate you. If you've watched through this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And once again, my name is Jonathan DeLeon, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.